How we doing, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of FSI's NASCAR DFS Pick Show. I'm your host, TK Nation 47, joined with Mega Ruler 31, Mega Circuit of Americas. We have the Pit Boss 250, 48 laps. Our first road course for the Xfinity Series this year. Ready to roll?
Yeah. If you didn't watch the truck video, shame on you. No, anyways,
go back.
Yeah.
Watch that one.
But we did explain. I didn't do projections this week just because they've only raced on this once in all three series. Last year, the Cup, it was a monsoon. It's really hard to get actionable data off of just like one race sample size. So, and practice for trucks was a mess. Some people didn't practice for this one, so really didn't feel like that felt like it was great data either. I know TK will probably have it pulled up and reference it through the course of this video if we need to. But if you're looking at the pretty colors there, the blue ones are people that are usually above average on road courses that are regular drivers in the series. The yellow ones are ones that are kind of road course ringers that are brought in. Either they're local to this track or they're really good on road courses and they're brought in to try to do really well. Doesn't always work out. Back in the day, like Kaz Growler was one, and then Boris said, if you remember, like way back, used to like,
we'll talk about him soon, let me tell you.
would only run road courses and eventually ended up in like an actual like Cup car for a little bit. So
he's in the Cup race this week.
He is.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Boris said is racing.
I thought he was retired.
I think he is in the
I've been spending so much time like trying to research.
He's
like
in the 66
Xfinity. I haven't even looked at Cup yet. Wow.
Yeah. He's racing the 66.
Well, that's an omen. He's gonna win it. There we have it. Don't even need to watch the Cup video. Just play Boris.
Well, $10 wins like 1,500. So throw that 150 to 1 down.
There we go. Lock it in. Okay. Anyways, back to Xfinity. So if you look at the bottom here, we just wanted to, I have him on the screen. I'll quickly make him disappear. Brandon Poole, I think it's like car fell apart or wrecked or something, because I read there was
47 has not been good.
There was a caution to like pick up parts from it. Gar Robinson, maybe he's a road course ringer. I don't know. I've never heard of the dude.
That's not a real person. No chance.
He obviously didn't do well. Jesse Iwuji finally didn't qualify on like points, like didn't have the correct magic spell to get into this race and finish dead last again.
Sorry, Emmett.
And then Josh Williams, like we not only ruined his career, we've pretty much like ended his career because he can't even get in a race. So
he can't even qualify now.
So we are going to say
bye
to those cars. Okay. So the biggest decision in this one, we're going to have to decide, and we said the same thing in the truck video because we had somebody that had a mechanical issue starting at the back. So is Brandon Jones. Now, Brandon Jones, if you've watched the videos before and you know us, he's a really good driver in a really good car with a really good
Gibbs,
who is completely erratic. Like he is boom or bust. He is win or finish last.
Drive through the infield or
had a mechanical issue in qualifying, or practice, so he couldn't qualify. It's a gift car. We're not worried about it. They should be able to go and fix it. This is not going to be the repeat of the Anthony Alfredo where they are a lesser team and didn't get it right, and he started 50 laps down by the time they finally actually did get it fixed, and actually did pick up like 4 or 5 spots through Gregson attrition, but still, kind of ruined our day because everybody played him because it was the right play to play, because he was starting last and was a good driver and should have moved up over some of the other cars out there. The other one is this Will Rogers. We have no idea what happened. He didn't qualify. He is in the truck race, so perhaps maybe it was a time commitment, but this is a Kyle C car. It's the 38, but it's listed as a Toyota. but it possibly could be having backing from Stewart Haas Racing. I saw it a couple places, which means they'd have to run a Ford. So I don't, and like the cars they showed that they were preparing was a completely different car than the graphics and the one on Twitter that they said they were running. So I have no idea what's going on with this car. So stay close to information. If we figure out something, come back and check the comments below, which you always should do like about half an hour before the race, because people ask some really good questions. You should come back and see what other people ask and that we have answered, because we try our best to try to get back to everybody. We don't have the time to like, answer all your lineup questions. And honestly, like we can't, verify every single lineup, because then we're pretty much telling the public what a lineup could be. So, but if you do have like questions on like head to head, like one should do you like this player or this driver better, things like that, that's fine. But if there's like pertinent things that happen, like people fail tech, or there's a problem, or somebody can't get off like pit road or something, then we're going to post like those things in our questions. So we could be a really good resource. Just come back to the channel, just go down, look at the bottoms, go through the questions, and right before the race, it's a good like quick snapshot of any information that you would need. What's even better, TK, is going into our Discord and signing up, and you'll get everything firsthand there. But
if they're first,
but
that's just the priority.
We understand, we do try to leave some very, very crucial information to you, because in the bottom of the video. So we appreciate you watching, and that's just kind of a thank you to you for doing that. So anyways, Will Rogers, international man of mystery here. We have no idea what's going on. In theory, on paper, whether it is a Toyota, whether it is a Ford, these C cars have been decent. I think he's a lot better than like some of the BJ McLeod cars and JD cars. And I couldn't imagine that if he does actually start the race, that he can't like pick up at least 5 spots. Now, one thing that we did talk about in the truck race also is, if you looked at the Xfinity race last year, it's pretty hard to pass on this course. So you can maybe pass like 1 or 2, but you're not going to be blown by. It's not like Phoenix where like they can fan out and restart, and you can like take out, or even Atlanta last week where you could take out like 10 cars, in one swoop down aggressively down to the bottom of the track. You got past like car one by one. Now, as in all road courses, and this is a real road course, this is TK said on the truck video, it's like kind of like Watkins Glen, where you actually have like turns and things. It's not an oval track where they set up some cones and some hula hoops and like put in a sand pit.
I like the sand trap. Yeah.
It pretty much like just make it into a road course. This was actually built as a road course, so it's hard to pass. Now, granted, sometimes you have Pied Piperism, where the leader misses the turn and the first 10 cars follow and like end up off the track, and then the 11th becomes first and 12th becomes second. Like we've seen that happen before. So it is possible, for Will Rogers to move up. So I have him listed as a cash play. He's very cheap. But the thing is,
did not turn a single lap in practice. I'd be very cautious.
Right. So again, if he's going to be in this car, I think it's a great play down here, especially if you're trying to jam in some of these guys that we're going to talk about.
Kyle Sieg's typical car.
Yeah. So we'll keep your eye on that. So now let's bring up to the top. And I think we've got a really tough choice here between the top 3 out of the top 4. We'll set Cole Custer aside for now. But I think Ty Gibbs, who had got his first win on a road course, has been good on road courses, has actually battled Austin Cindric pretty much to the death on some of these road courses, not afraid at all. Ross Chastain, who is uber aggressive and has been good on road courses, and drops down here to drive not the greatest car, but potentially good. And then you have
Weatherman's having a good year in this car, this 92.
And then you have AJ Almandiger, who is that Weatherman's car, the 92, or?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, and then you have AJ Almandiger, who has been very, very solid and very consistent. It was almost like a road course ringer before he actually started going full-time in Xfinity. So between these 3, I think you have some tough choices, and I think you want to probably potentially play 2 out of 3 of them. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I want to play Ty Gibbs and AJ Almandinger. I want to play Ty Gibbs in cash. And then I want to play AJ Allmendinger in GPPs, or I want to play both and still try to figure out a way to get Brandon Jones in my lineup. I think Chastain is a great GPP play, simply because the DGM Racing is having a really good year. Weatherman top 5 last week at Atlanta. I know that was kind of an attrition battle in that Xfinity race, but still, they've had speed on 1.5 miles. Weatherman's done well. Manufacturing on this car has been really well. But $10K to spend on just because it's Ross Chastain, like, you're going to need top 3 finish, and you're going to need some lead laps, and you're going to hope he dominates. Is he going to dominate Ty Gibbs? I don't think so. Or even AJ Allmendinger in like 3 laps after he gets to the front. I don't know. It's risky. I think I'm totally out on Cole Custer, although he won a race in this car. I just don't think he has the road course acumen that I'm looking for in an Xfinity car. Man, if this was a 2-mile racetrack, I'd be locking in Cole Custer too. But I think I'm going with Gibbs and Allmendinger.
Yeah, I think like we said about some of the guys in the truck series. We have the Hendricks guy, Bowman is racing in the truck series. This is practice. This is a chance to see the course, get some experience. I know Xfinity cars are different than new Cup cars, but I think it's going to help him be able to run here and be able to have a little bit more success learning like the turns and shifts and things like that will transfer over. It's not exactly apples to apples, but at least it's still fruit. And I agree with you. But here's the weird thing though. I think the one person, Ty Gibbs obviously is not afraid of anyone or like will mix it up with anybody. But Ross Chastain, I think, is the one that is so aggressive that he's the one that would actually put Gibbs in the wall for doing it and actually succeed. He wouldn't Ryan Sieg it. He would actually. It's not going to be a matador, Toro, and like move the cape. He would actually knock him off the course. So that could be a very interesting start to this race. Cole Custer, like I said, not his style. He did really well in practice and everything, but I don't know if he can hang on to a top 5. AJ Allmendinger, I haven't listed as prime. He's my favorite. I think with Chastain and Gibbs' aggressiveness, I just think they take each other out at some point. And you throw like Noah Grayson in the mix if he can make it up there. Gregson, if you make it up there too. I think AJ, he has consistently been up there in the top 3 in contention. It's only been other people that have pretty much taken him out in most of these races. So I'm locking in AJ Allmendinger as my favorite play up top.
Now, the next play here, Alex Lebaye. I really like this play. I just wish he wasn't starting 5th.
Yeah. It's so disappointing. Like, I wish he was starting 15th.
Oh, that would have been a lock.
Yeah.
Easy prime play. This is a really good road course driver. We already talked about how we like DGM. Lebaye's been in this 36 forever. He's been racing road courses forever. I love it. If I play him, I'm hoping he doesn't finish outside the top 9, top 10. But that's risky. But I think 6,500 is a nice price tag for a guy that's going to finish the race well. But I don't know if the points are going to work out. So I really need him to kind of finish where he started, and maybe that works. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. It's risky. Sheldon Creed, 8,700. Second in practice speed.
Running the truck race here too. So he's going to have, a lot of experience on this track. He's had a good season. I think he's a really good cash play. And, if I am playing like Jones and it doesn't matter if I'm playing Rogers or not, because he's only 5,900, but he might be the one I'm considering third. So go Jones and Allmendinger, and Creed might be number 3 for me.
Next up, we have Preston Pardus, DTM Racing again, 6,600. You getting a couple extra spots here from Lebaye, fastest in practice. I'm gonna play him.
Yeah, I'll play him in a GPP. Like he's one that we've always loved to start. Like last year,
Always play him in
yeah,
road course.
it was so nice because the only races like maybe 5 races a year, just the road courses. So he never would have enough points to like in their formula to get up there high, and he'd always get like 10, 15 place differential points. But
Yeah,
I think
now
it's a
that he's
little,
qualifying, it's
yeah,
it's
it's
ruining the lust.
it's a little risky at seventh, especially when you have the next group of blue guys behind him who could potentially get ahead of him who are in really good equipment. So that's why I have him as a GPP. Will he probably finish in the top 15? Yes. At 6,600. If he loses 7 places, is that going to kill you? No, because a 14th place finish is still going to get you 29 points. So he'd have 22. That's not bad for 6,600.
Yeah, you're actually really hoping he finishes inside the top 10. I think that would be more ideal.
Top 15 is doable though.
Fair enough. Next up, we have Austin Hill, 7,600. I don't think of Austin Hill as a road course guy. He is.
Yeah, he was really good in the truck series. He won watching Glenn.
Well, that's learning for me.
Last year in the truck, he won Washington's Glen.
Okay. 7,600 is not a bad price tag though.
You said this track is close to it. So yeah, that's why I thought he's a good cash play.
Makes sense. 17th in speed for practice. I don't know. 7,600 is not a bad price tag though. What are your thoughts on him and Justin Allgaier here at 10-2 starting 9th?
Well, if Kyle Busch didn't run the Xfinity race last year here, and I believe he won it if I'm correct, and then Almandiger was second, I think, I believe Allgaier finished third and he was up in contention too. It was he had a solid race. He's a veteran, but then again, like pricing wise, he might be a good pivot off of like I said, if you want to play 2 10K guys and you think, okay, Gibbs and Chastain could potentially take themselves out, he might be a good pivot to play in cash to start your lineup because I think there's enough value plays to get him in.
Next up, we have Sam Mayer, 7,800. Junior Motorsports, the number one. Not enough experience for me for road courses.
Right. I mean, he was good on road courses. I think like in KNS, or he had like a history. So let's say he's above average, but I wouldn't call him elite by any means. He has been doing better. The junior motorsports cars have had some speed, but I don't think speed really matters in road course. I think it's more braking and technique. So he's a GPP for me. Would it surprise me if he finishes in the top 10? A little, but yeah, I don't think he's a complete fade.
Yeah. Next up, we have Parker Kligerman, also in the truck race. He is racing the 35. This car, not good. Not good at all. I don't know how much funding they have for this Xfinity race. I'm more worried about Parker in this race than I do the 75 in the truck.
I'm taking the opposite on that because it was formed by like Emmerling was a road course guy, wasn't he?
I don't remember.
Pretty much. Yeah, and Joey Gase, I don't know how much good he was on the road course, but I like Parker's starting a little bit too far forward here, and maybe you're right. Maybe I should change it to a GPP, but I don't think we can completely rule him out here. I think that
8,300 or 85, no, 83 is not a bad price tag.
Yeah,
I like him over Mayer and probably Hill.
Right.
Next up is Noah Gregson. Always have to play Gregson. He's in the middle of a really good year. It's 4th in practice speed. Going to get some place differential. I don't see many reasons not to play him.
Yeah, definitely. I bet he will lead this race at some point. Absolutely. Will somehow lead this race at some point. But before we go any further down here, We made this case in the Truck Series, and I think this helps Parker Kligerman, Preston Pardus, and Cole Custer. And because they are the one, and Ross Chastain to a point, but I think Ross Chastain, he's close enough to the top to begin with anyways. They're not racing for points. So they could very easily, and this not many laps here. So we said like the first stage might be like 15 laps because it's like 2 minutes for each lap. It's like forever to complete a lap here. They very easily could pit, like 10, 12 laps in and then stay out if it's hard to pass. Tire wear is not going to be like a huge factor with not running like a ton of laps, even though laps are long. That is the place where maybe Preston Pardus or Kligerman could get out and lead for a while until like the end of another stage, because they don't have to race for the stage points. So you pit early, you go to the back, everybody else pits behind you, you move up to the front. And then you stay there until, things cycle through or they can pass you. On other tracks, like you're out there for like maybe 10 laps, but then your tires fall off faster than the other ones. And then they're able to pass you. And we saw that Atlanta, within like 10 laps or so, like people were starting to get back up there and passing, but I don't know if that's necessarily going to be the case here as much. So that's
going to be a lot of passing on pit road.
Right.
Pit road
and
strategy.
And that's how I think Gregson's going to get up there, is that, he might stay out. He might experiment with some different strategies for pitting, but he's got a really good pit crew. And I think that helps them usually make up spots.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we have Brett Moffitt in the O2R Motorsports 7,100, really cheap price tag.
Yeah, I really like him on road courses, so
I don't mind it. What do I have him here for practice? Not that well. 21st.
But then again, like we practiced, there were a couple spin outs and stuff, so that might
for sure.
That might have hindered some of the progress. The only thing that we kind of worry about Brett Moffitt is, and this is definitely the number one car in the stable. This year he put all his
motorsports,
but they did expand and pick up Jeb Burton and Anthony Alfredo. So it seems like at some point they've been stretched too thin. So hopefully Moffitt's the beneficiary of this, that like everything is like going into his program and the other ones are, just kind of there. And hopefully this remains the primary car. So I like it in cash. I like the price, and I think he very easily fit him into a lot of lineups, and I think he's got potential definitely to at least finish where he starts, but probably make it up in the top 10.
The next two drivers I am out on, Landon Castle and Bubba Wallace.
Too expensive, starting too far forward, and not really good road course drivers.
Moving on. Next, we have Jeb.
This is practice for Cup.
Yeah, you could maybe make a case for Bubba, but no thanks. 9,300 is not the price tag I'm looking for. Jade Buford, big machines, a lot of speed, 7,400. Any love for Buford? Seventh in practice.
Yeah, he's a good road course guy. He wrecked last week early, which
wrecked us all.
Yeah, wrecked us all, but that really, I don't think it was his fault.
No.
But no, this car has been fast, and he's good driver. And I think, like compared to, I like Moffitt a little bit better at 71, but Jay Buford, I think definitely is in the same range.
Yeah. All right. Next up, Miguel Paludo in the 88 for Junior Motorsports, 8,900 though. Don't love that price tag.
Yeah, it's a little expensive, but he's a really good driver, and this is a Junior Motorsports like 88 car. Like I definitely, if I don't play him in a cash lineup, if I can't fit him in, he's definitely gonna be one of the first ones in my GPP one. I'd probably start that with he and Gregson. They'd probably be the first two players in my GPP lineup.
Yeah, I definitely love the Paludo play tomorrow. Cash considerations for sure. Anthony Alfredo at 6,900. This car's had issues on regular tracks. The fact that we're going to a road course with a stretched out R Motorsports three car team. I don't know. I might be out on Anthony Alfredo.
Yeah, I am too. He's a fade for me.
Yeah, starting too far forward. Not enough in the not enough in the tank. Now we have Daniel Hamrick, 9,700. Man, Daniel Hamrick and road courses don't go hand in hand.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like he had anything good on speed.
Cully program hasn't been great this year
Yeah.
as what much in the past. So
Everyone knows that anytime Colleague shows up to a road course, it's going to have Almandiger in the car. So
yeah.
I'll just focus all my energy on him from that team. Next up, we have Jeb Burton and another R Motorsports vehicle starting 20th.
Yeah.
6,100 is not a bad price tag, but man, I got no faith in their cars.
Yeah, Jeb Burton as a driver is average. I never really saw anything like super special in him. And our motorsports, like you said, hopefully is like the second car from the team, but still we've seen issues. I'm not too excited about it.
No, too many issues for that team over the past couple weeks. I'm out until they burn me. Next up, we have Myatt Snyder in the Jordan Anderson Racing number 31. 7,200 is a good price tag.
Yeah, it feels a little bit too much for like a Jordan Anderson car.
True.
I wish he was starting like 26th or 27th. He's okay, but 72, I'd like 200 more and taking. Look at who's in his range: Brett Moffitt and Jade Buford. I would take them so much over him, or drop down and I take Jeremy Clements, who I think is a prime play at 6,800.
Yeah. Or Parker Chase in the Sam Hunt.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Riley Herbst, 8,100.
Guy said
Did not do well last week.
He's having a better season than last year, but
Yeah.
he's had some bad luck this year.
And it's always when I play him.
Yeah, and I don't really see him as a road course guy. I think he's still a cash play because I think he's probably like a top 20, possibly definitely a top 15 car and driver here. Can potentially get ahead of some, especially if some of these people make mistakes.
Yeah, and he's only 8,100.
Yeah.
I could see that. That's definitely a smart play. Parker Chase, Sam Hunt Racing, 6,700. I think I'm in.
Yeah, I think he's a good value for that. He's a road course ringer. The Sam Hunt car has been decent this year, so yeah, I like it.
Next up, we have Alpha Prime Sage Karam here, 5,600. It's a super cheap price tag for one of the best road course racers.
Yeah, I think we need to talk about this and Josh Bilicki together because they're teammates. This is Tommy Joe Martin's team. The cars have been solid this year for what he's done, combining his team and some other like players in here. And they have lined up like all these like road course guys and like different like sports car guys and stuff for this team. So and just to try to go out and get into these like here's the Alpha Prime like stable. You have Kaz Growler, you have Raha Caruth, who's gonna be running 3 races, Cesar Baccarelli, Howie DeSilva the third, Ryan Ellis, Sage Cram. I mean, Ellis is the diamond out there, but they all have a lot of experience on different road courses, European tracks and stuff. So just the collective knowledge in this. And Bilicki was an instructor for road course driving. He isn't an elite road course driver, but he like understands the principles for like a common driver, not like a superstar driver. And like you said, Karam is very good at it. I think both plays at 57 and 5,600 with some place differential could get up into the top 20. Really, really good, solid plays. Love them.
Yeah, I'm going to lean Bilicki here over Karam because of the extra place differential points. But I definitely like both as well. In the middle that we did not talk about, Jeremy Clement, 6,800.
Oh, Josh Berry first.
Oh, shoot. Wow. Josh Berry. No.
This is intriguing because he's a good driver. He's got some place differential. He's only won one road race last year, I think, and he finished in the top 10. I think he finished like 7th or 8th. But that's not enough to like really. I think he's a cash play, but I don't think he's he might have high ownership, like it's Josh Berry starting 25th. He's only 7,900.
7,900 would be the reason why he's a little pricey, but
right. And I think like people will look at him over Riley Hurst. I think they definitely would think that he's the better value in junior motorsports. Like he definitely could get up into the top 15, but there's just too many like unknowns with how well he's going to be on road course. It's not his rookie year, but it's his second year. He didn't run a full season last year, but he ran enough not to qualify for rookie year. I like it, but I'm a little hesitant. Like I might have a couple shares of him, and if I'm doing like a 20 max, but I don't think he's in my primary cash lineup.
All righty, moving on. We have Brandon Brown and Bailey Curry. Any interest in either one of these two?
Did we talk about Clement?
Oh, geez, sorry, Jeremy Clements.
Yes,
you skipped ahead to Blicky, and I just keep trying to move right past it.
Clement, I really like here at 6,800. Even more than Parker Chase, because he is a regular driver in the series. His car has been solid. He's been good at road courses. It just, I see a lot of positive things with place differential and stuff for him.
Yeah, I like it. Jeremy Clements was pretty good in practice. 16th on speed. You're getting a lot of place differential points here. 6,800, really solid price tag. Sign me up. Brandon Brown and Bailey.
His average finish is 17.1 in composite road courses. So,
yeah, sounds like cash play to me. All right, moving on. Brandon Brown, Bailey Curry. Any thoughts? Go.
Brandon Brown is not really a great road course driver. He's actually, the team struggled a little bit this year. So, not the type of race that I really want to look at Brandon Brown for. Mm-hmm. Although, I mean, he's been okay. He's been 18.8 average finish at road courses. But still, I think there's other plays I'd rather do. Curry, I'm a fade on. JD Motorsports is 4-car. I'm not.
No. Bailey Curry does not look good here.
31
for this race.
31st average finish. I'm not into that.
No. Patrick Gallagher. Shameless. No?
I don't know anything about him really.
Oh, I was gonna say this is one of the Gallaghers from Shameless. So racing in the third RSS car. I'm gonna fade all of Sieg Motorsports. I don't think they brought anything good to the track.
Yeah.
All three of their cars qualified in the 30s, whether they made laps or not. That's including Will Rogers. Even the car owner himself, Ryan Sieg, qualified pretty poorly. This looks like a week off.
Yep.
So I am out on anything RSS. Joe Graff Jr. Greenlight Racing, 4,600 cheap.
He's been
Joe Graff Jr. I'm out.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm getting confused. Scotty Hecker or Stephen Parsons?
I think it's almost the same play. They're average about 24th. So, I mean, there's a little bit of place differential there if you're definitely, but they're BJ McLeod cars. So I think Heckert's a better driver, but is he 1,600 better than Stephen Parsons? I don't think so. So and GPP if you need them, but if you land at 6,300, then not great. I mean, you really don't have too many options. Hopefully you have like 200 more and you could get to Lebaye. I don't know. I think I'd probably take Jeb Burton and save the $200, or $300. Yeah.
No thanks for Scott Hecker and Stephen Parsons, and no thanks for the next two drivers, as I mentioned before about Sieg Racing. But Ryan Vargas doesn't look like he's going to finish anything better than 38.
And then JJ Yaley is the last one because I already talked about Will Rogers, who said we'll just have to do some more research on that. It'd be a heck of a play at that price where he's starting if it is a decent car, even though the Ryan Sieg ones, he should be able to get up at least like 4 or 5. He should be able to get to maybe like 32nd, 33rd there. But Yaley, I don't know. He's been was consistent in the Cup last year. He's not horrible on roads. He's not great on roads. We're looking at probably like an average finish of like 27th, 28th, 29th. So maybe get about 10 place differential points for a ceiling. But I think it's a GPP for 52. Like, we're looking at like so many other, like, I'd rather take Blicky, who I know is a road course guy, for like $100 less, even though there's less place differential. I can see him potentially moving up, like, and finishing higher. It's going to get me more value with Blicky's finishing position plus place differential versus Yaley moving the same amount of points up to like a 30th. I'd rather have a guy that can go up into like the 20s.
Okay. There you have it, everyone. That should wrap it up for our driver by driver breakdown. You can follow me on Twitter at TKNation47. That was Mega Roller 31. Thank you, Mega, for joining us, breaking that down for us. We have 2 videos up now, Trucks and Xfinity. Please like those videos. Comment below with any questions you may have. Stay tuned for the Sunday morning Cup video. It should be a good one. We got a lot of things to talk about. And hopefully you have a chance to watch these races and learn what we need to learn for the Cup video. And good luck to you in your contest. And if you have any questions, comment below. All right. Take care, guys.
See you.